G'day, Grievers. We're live from the beach. I'm on my morning walk. I've got to be a bit careful. There's a few people now on the beach compared to when I usually come down. But I've got to be careful I don't get them in my shots. But we're walking to work. So beautiful down here. Also, apologies, I didn't bring my bracket with me. I was listening to a podcast and I was like, hey, I normally do a morning commute to work. How fun to do one that is new, because now I'm working from home. I've got the most awesome commute to work. But have a look at the beach this morning. It's very hard to have a bad day when this is how your day begins. And even if you do have a bad day, you just rewind back to when you were down on the beach and remind yourself that bad things pass and life for the most part is pretty good. But yeah, what do you think of my morning commute? Had a bit of a look at some interesting sea critters on the beach on the walk up to the end. I'm now about halfway back. I had to bear in mind battery usage. But yeah, I'll show you. There's a few things, as always, that have washed up overnight. Little sea critters that have now become part of the food cycle. But isn't that beautiful? Good morning, lurker. Come and say hello. But I am very mindful of other people on the beach. I don't want to breach anyone's privacy. Hey, Peace, Love, Smiles. Are you ready to go to work? Let's go. So there's a little sea critter up here that's washed up. There are a few murder crime scenes on the beach this morning. That little Pacific gull, well, not little, they're quite big, is having a feast on this little one, which I hadn't actually spotted before. Oh, it's a little gummy shark. Hi, Moody Mary. So this is a little gummy shark. It's obviously been dead for a while because its eyeballs are gone. They're the first thing to get eaten. These sharks we actually eat. I can't see, there's my hand, just to give you perspective, although it is longer than my hand. It's probably the length of my leg from the knee down. It's maybe a metre, just under, no, probably not a metre, a couple of feet. Well, that's the circle of life. Peace, love, smiles. But up the end of the river, up the end of the beach up there is a river, and it's actually a gummy shark sanctuary. So we do get a few gummy sharks washed up on the beach from time to time. But yeah, poor little guy. But he's now food for the seabirds. So, you know, I'm reluctant to show you the other critters I've spotted on the beach if you're going to get all emotional. It's not, we don't always wake up to beach walks and dead critters on the beach. So, but there's obviously been some rough seas because there's a few things that have washed up. Oh, Pacific gull is running away from beautiful puppy. Hello. Hello, gorgeous. Don't get upset about the dog. The dog's alive. It is sad. I'm an animal lover too. But the circle of life, you know, I love animals, but I can't save them from dying. And yes, all things do go at some time. And yeah, they're feeding the birds. It is all the circle of life. At least in nature, when animals die, they are for the most part, they become part of the food cycle and they're not wasted. Unlike human beings who slaughter sheep for Ugg boots but don't use the rest of the sheep. Like, that kind of stuff just does my head in. Please, Ugg boots are amazing, but if you're going to buy them, source the ethical ones that use every part of the sheep, not just the wool. Do your homework. The cheaper ones are the ones where they really don't give a shit about utilising all of the animal. Pay a little bit more and get ethical Ugg boots. That's my PSA for the day. So what's up with you two groovers? What's new in your world? So we're heading to work because I'm working from home at the moment. So this is my morning commute. Oh, woman, hello, beautiful. Yeah, I am live. I apologise if the camera's bouncing up and down, but I didn't bring a bracket down with me. I wasn't actually planning on going live. And then I was like, oh, my God, the number of hours I've forced you all to sit in peak hour traffic with me on a drive to work. And I was like, I should show them my new commute. Hey, Sketty Nonna. They don't make... Well, you have to do your research. I mean, that was my PSA for the day, but no. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Let's just say a lot of Ugg boot companies are not utilising all of the sheep, which is ridiculous because there's so much you can do with sheep. It's beautiful down here this morning, Deb, and good morning to you too, gorgeous. I'm on my morning commute to work. Hi, Laurie-Ann. Good to see you, gorgeous. How are things with you, old woman? Is it getting better? Are things sort of starting to be sorted out? And I do apologise for the wobbly hand. I'm holding my phone. Normally I bring a bracket when I go live from the beach, but I was like, right, I'm sharing my commute to work because this one's a ripper. No peak hour traffic. No crawling along highways with everyone else being part of the traffic. My pleasure, Skitty Nonna. I've been doing beach walks on this channel pretty much from almost the start of my channel. I underestimated how much people appreciate them because there's so many people who, are housebound because of lockdown or self-isolation, quarantine, but also illnesses, terminal illnesses, social disorders, all sorts of stuff. And when you start getting comments under your lives, like I felt like I was walking on the beach with you, thanks for taking me outdoors, that sort of stuff. It's like you take it for granted when you're able to just pop down to the beach and go for a stroll. Human beings take so many things for granted, but it's really made me appreciate just how meaningful this can be for people and how special it can be. So, colder for you, old woman? And here we are in summer, although we haven't really had a great summer yet. Hopefully we're going to get another, what they call an Indian summer, which is a late and long summer. But don't get me wrong, we've had some really lovely days. Working from home, it's our new norm for the moment. I mean, my boss has been incredibly decent and letting us all choose if we wanted to work from home and also for how long. She doesn't want anyone feeling pressured to return to work and then, under pressure and suffering from anxiety when we can do our jobs from home. I mean, we normally see clients face-to-face, not always, but we do have face-to-face client appointments, but we've put that on hold for the moment because we share a building with a lot of other businesses and you can't control who's coming in and out of the building. So we just sort of said no face-to-face, but, other businesses in the building might be doing face-to-face. There's Barry. Bazza. He's the Traces of Nuts Romeo Seagull. He and his Shazza, who as always is nowhere to be seen, have had a very rocky relationship. For those of you who've been on my channel since 2018, you're probably well aware of the love story, the unrequited love story of Bazza and Shazza. You don't care if it's wobbly? Thank you, it's getting on it. You've been a shut-in for about 8 years. Wow. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'll ever get sick of being at home. I'm a social butterfly, but I'm also quite introverted, weirdly. I'm a bit of not an enigma. What's the word? I'm sort of a bit of a contradiction. Like, I can be a social butterfly, but I also really love my time at home on my own. I love pottering at home and cooking, doing creative shit, moving furniture around. I even love doing housework. Like, I just love being at home. Hello, beautiful Scout. Sunny is snoring her head off. We had playtime this morning and she went crazy. She got the crazy eyes, her ears went back, and it was Zoom Central. But her latest thing that she loves is belly rubs. And she's not one of those cats that traps you and is like, hey, check out my gorgeous, round, floofy belly. And you go to touch it and then every claw is out. All four legs are wrapped around your arm, including fangs from the mouth ripping your flesh off. She's not one of those cats. She just lies there and purrs while I rub her gut. It's so cute. It's so cute. So we had really good playtime. She burnt a lot of calories because she's getting a little bit lazy. I know they sleep for 17 hours a day on average, but she's pushing it, you know, she's like up around the 20-hour mark. I'm like, come on, kid, no. So we burnt some calories off. You rescued another kitten today. Congratulations, Lariana. Thank you. Oh, wait. Have I walked past the second dead creature I was going to show you? I can't actually dawdle. I do have to be home and crank up my computer. I might have missed one of the dead critters, but I don't want to upset too many people, so it fills your heart, Scout. Yeah, she loves belly rubs. And she's got this unbelievable, floofy, blonde, curly belly hair. That's why she's Sunny the boho beach cat, because she's sort of got the stunning face, but she's also got the blonde beach hair. She's so cute. But yeah, she loves having her belly rubbed. And she even will put her back leg up, like she sort of presses it against my arm to get into a position where she can fully enjoy the belly rub. So cute. She's a black and white with gold eyes. Beautiful, and a little bit long. Oh, how pretty. Does she have a name? Do we need to come up with ideas for name? But yeah, this is my favourite commute to work ever. Ever. It won't be a super long live because I've got to get home and wash my lady, make some breakfast, and crank up the computer. But just so you know, I will be going over to speak to my neighbour today because yesterday they were at it again. I couldn't get down to ask them to stop the hammering. There are noise ordinances with our council that don't allow repetitive loud noise for hours on end. But I'm going to go down there today and say to them, I've been incredibly patient, but I'm working from home. It gives me the worst headache. I actually get a bit anxious too. Here we go. Here's a critter. Gidget! Oh, the first one you rescued. My camper van that I don't have anymore is Gidget, which was like a little 60s surf van, caravan thing, camper van. Here we go, guys. Don't get upset. Please don't cry. It's a dead jellyfish. It's probably the size of a bread and butter plate. Gidget is a great name, and Gidget was cute. I miss that van. I do miss that van. I had plans to take you guys all around Tassie in Gidget, going on culinary and coastal adventures. I poured so much money into restoring her and making her beautiful, but there was just something about her, like even put a new engine in, but there was just, because of her age, there was just something about her mechanically that we just could not fix. And it meant when you went for a drive, you were in a very, very hot van. Even with all the windows open, it was so hot because the engine is under the seats. And the van would fill up with petrol fumes as well. It just wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. So she's gone. Oh, no, now we're going to have tears. Your daughter named her daughter Scout. Cute. It's a circle of life. Come on, guys. I was showing it to you more out of an interest factor. First, we had the little gummy shark, and there were tears in the chat. And now there's the dead jellyfish. Come on. I thought you'd find them interesting. There's more. There's 2 more critters I spotted, but I'm reluctant to show them. It's a cycle of life, people. I am an animal and a jellyfish lover too, but everything dies. Oh, Scout, can you flick the Russian, please? I don't dare flick anyone after what I did to Francesca the other day. Gidget was a 1976. Morning. Morning, Gareth. One of my friends, well, not really neighbours. Well, they are. I mean, at the end of my street, but walking their beautiful corgi, Gareth. See? Awesome. Sketty Nonna doesn't mind dead. Awesome. If any of you non-vegetarian, non-vegans are getting upset over dead jellyfish, how do you consume meat and seafood without crying? Yeah, cars from the late, me too, and I love 1950s cars as well. The circle of life sucks. Come on, guys, I've got to go to work. I was showing you dead critters out of curiosity. There's one more jellyfish and there's also a dead fish, but based on how you're not coping with the dead jellyfish and gummy shark, say you enjoy seafood, well, get over here. There's a fish coming up. You could fry it on your barbie this afternoon. I don't cry, but it's so tasty. That reminds me of the sticker that I used to have on a fridge many years ago that said, "Meat is murder. Tasty, tasty murder." But I don't really eat meat now, red meat. I don't like feeling it still in my belly like 3 days after I ate it. Gross. I'm even, not completely, but I'm even not really that interested in chicken. I'm starting to lose interest in chicken, but I'll never give up seafood. No, 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 no. You are vegetarian. See, Laurie's vegetarian and she loves the dead beach critters. You're allergic to seafood, Moody Mary? You only feel guilty about pork? Well, I'm allergic to pork. so I don't feel guilty about that. Beautiful old woman, so good to see you. See you again soon. Thanks for popping in. Damn, though, allergic to seafood. I don't mind being allergic to pork because I would have stopped eating pork for ethical reasons anyway. That was, would have been my call. I don't have a problem with people who eat it because I know people who eat it love it. But having an allergy to it is a bonus as well. You used to eat snails because they're considered a tapas food here, but I can't anymore. I see their antennas and I can't. Yeah, the little antennae things, bit off-putting. Bit off-putting. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but someone's built a bench just up there on the dunes. What a beautiful spot to sit and have a cuppa and just look at that. The water's stunning this morning. A lot of you know when I'm down here, when the waves are sort of like glass and mirrors, when they're peaking before they break, right before they break. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but it's like glass. It's so clean and pure and beautiful. I love it. Oh, octopus are very smart. I loved that. My octopus teacher, even though some of my friends felt that his relationship with the octopus was a little bit too full on, I was like, no, it was beautiful. I don't do squid or octopus. I used to love marinated octopus, I'm not going to lie. But I find that it's a risk when people are preparing it. And I tried, with anything I cook, I always learn how to not always kill and clean, but at least clean, properly, like I'll get the full sort of ready to go, gut it, all that kind of stuff. And it's cleaning a squid, oh my God, it's such hard work. And it's not worth the effort because there's a shark back up the road, plumey. We've walked past a dead shark. You almost smell the ocean. Meaty Mary, can you fish there and eat? Yes, we can. Yep. He was strange abandoning his kid. I didn't get that vibe. To be honest, his kid may not have been that much fun to be around. But it wasn't like he left a 2-year-old alone at home to fend for himself. So, yeah, we have had a baby. No, maybe not a baby. We've had a gummy shark further up the beach. Plumey, you missed it. Happy New Year. I brought a cuppa down too, Jackie. It's sitting up in the juice. Has to be alive, 6 feet tall. I did get it. Yeah, no. I've swum with sharks. I love sharks. I'm team shark. Morning, Annabelle. Everyone I know who lives down here is on the beach right now. Give it another half an hour and it'll be all terrorists. Sorry, I mean tourists. I think I've missed the other jellyfish. So there won't be any tears for another jellyfish. But I will show you the dead fish. Because, That's how I roll. Don't say I don't show you exciting shit. Cuddle it. I'd cuddle a shark. Ah, your daughter's a biologist and professional dive instructor, Patty. She would love it here. Some of the dives, actually, there's an island. You may not be able to sort of see, but where that strip of land is, there is an island in front of it. It's a little bit darker. I mean, unfortunately, you guys get panoramic, so it shrinks everything. But there's an island out there called Isle of Caves, and it's one of the best diving spots in Tassie. But there's so much great diving, and we've got thousands of shipwrecks underwater too. And there's lots of coral here too. Like, people don't think you'd have coral because it's such a, well, it's a cooler climate than the mainland. But the first time I realised there was coral down at the beach where I grew up, I was like, oh my God. You know, like Great Barrier Reef, kind of pretty different colours. But because the water is so clean here too, people who dive just love it. A lot of people come to Tassie to dive. There's people swimming out there because, you know, and there's quite a few surfers coming down now as well. The other jellyfish was absolutely huge. I'm bummed I didn't see it on the way back. Like, it was massive. The one we saw was like a bread and butter plate, but the other one was like a dinner plate. It was massive. It's huge. Oh, the water's beautiful. It's warm. It's warm. It gets up to 24 degrees Celsius here, which is, you know, pretty awesome, but it's not that high yet because we've had a few really weird days, lots and lots of rain and lower temperatures than usual. But yesterday it sort of turned and got a little bit nicer, but it's still not as hot as summer gets. It's like low 20s Celsius. Have you heard of the Nazare? Oh, yes, I have. That's one of my passions. I have seen a Moody Mary in Portugal, yes. We've got our biggest break down here is called Shipsterns Bluff. You should Google it as well. It's nowhere near as big as your wave, but it's pretty amazing. But yeah, one of the communities that I bop around in on YouTube a lot is the surfing community and the cinematographers who go out on jet skis and get dropped in the water to take all the footage. And there's quite a few surf books that come out down here of Shipsterns Bluff. There's a new one that has like a YouTube channel that you sort of scan a code and it takes you to specific footage. And so you're looking at these photos and reading about it, and then you get taken to a YouTube video with great music and amazing footage. You've got a spring countdown on? I haven't got an autumn one. I'm still waiting for summer. There's also, yeah, but I watch the massive the waves, the massive surf breaks around the world. I'm fascinated. I was actually bummed when I went to Hawaii that I didn't see crazy surf that I've been watching online for many years. But I get such an adrenaline rush watching the surfers getting towed out by the jet skis as well. And just the size of the waves, it's fucking insane. But yeah, that's a sort of community on YouTube where I hang out, where no true crime people are or drama people. But oh my gosh, we've got the Portuguese subs today. Woohoo! That's one place on my list of like My not my bucket list. What's the other word? Places that you want to go to. Portugal is on there, and so is Japan. Japan's possible that I will get there one day, but not going to be true. Oh, no, actually, there's another dead jellyfish up here. I'll show you this one. Get the tissues, everyone. Okay, I start work in 40 minutes. So I'm going to show you the dead jellyfish, then the dead fish. So this is the one that's the size of a dinner plate. In fact, it's bigger than a dinner plate. It's big. Look at him. They're fascinating to look at, like the structure. But please don't cry. If I was out there in the water and this motherfucker brushed past my leg, I would be in a lot of pain. I would be in a lot of pain. No, toot your horn, Moody Mary. Beautiful, cheap, and pretty safe. I mean, there was an awful murder in Portugal of an Australian girl, but I want to go there for everything. The food, the music, the culture, the scenery, everything. People get murdered the world over. It is just sleeping. Yeah, remind yourself when you start to shed a tear for the dead dinner plate sized jellyfish, remind yourself what damage it could do to someone's leg. Your brother got stung by one in the nose. It was bad. There's a friend of mine on Facebook this morning who has been stung by jellyfish on both of his eyes, and he's in a lot of pain. Jellyfish stings cane, and the little tiny ones that we get, the little tiny stingers that are like, they're so small. If you end up swimming through a school of them, holy fuck, we just call them stingers, but they're nasty. Yeah, it's pretty rare to have, well, no, I can't say, well, it is rare to have murder cases here, but unfortunately we have had a few recently, which have been yuck, but we're not known as the murder capital of Australia, unlike Adelaide. Yeah, it's beautiful down here, the view and just the sound of the waves. I hope you can hear the waves. I just stopped to let those girls go past. Just going to grab my thongs, and my thongs as in flip-flops, I didn't bring G-strings to the beach, for goodness sake. And my little keep cup. They're just up here. And then I'm going to show you a dead fish, and then I'm going to head up to the house and get ready for work in 40 minutes. Well, not even 40. 30-something. But the beauty from working from home, I do not have to put on makeup. I do have a shower and I do put on work clothes, because I definitely work differently if I'm in work clothes. Yeah, Manor Wars. And we get blue bottles here and they are nasty. Nasty. All right. Flip-flops and quiche cup. Thongs. In Australia, not. We don't call G-strings thongs. We call them G-bangers. I'm glad you're enjoying this. All right. Oh, there's a penis-shaped jellyfish, sort of. It's even got the little veins up the end. It looks like a used condom. Look at it. It looks like it's got the red veins and everything. Just in time for, hey, David Wolfie. All right, so dead fish. Identify this fish. Been dead for a while. Once again, first thing to go, eyeballs. Is that a stripy trumpeter? Yeah, that jellyfish did look like a peen. We've got a fantastic app down here called Red Map, and you take photos of critters you find on beaches, and then you send it in and they do a formal identification, but they also let you know if it's really common to the area or if it's unusual that's washed up in the area. Swordfish? I don't know. Fish sandwich. Look at some fangs. Where are my eyes? Where are my eyes? Look at my fangs. Look at my fangs. It has got a couple of stripes. I think the round ones can look like breast implants too, for sure. We're talking about jellyfish for anyone who just walked in. Yeah, it's not a sword. It is too small. It's probably about just over a foot. Dude has seen better days. Please don't anyone burst into tears because I've got to end this live. I've got to run up this friggin' hill. Doesn't look steep, but it is. And get myself ready for work. But thank you for hanging out, Groovers. I'm going to take a photo of that fish and I'll send it into Red Map and see what comes back. What fish is this? So watch this space. I will let you know what it is. But thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you for all of your interesting comments. There's been some great chats happening. And have a beautiful day, everyone. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now. Stay groovy, everyone.